Hi, friends. Gosh, it has been a while, so I am so sorry for the delay in your usually daily Call the Leftist or weekday Call the Leftist show. Unfortunately, the baby and myself were incredibly sick. We had a really bad flu, so we were out for the count. And it's especially bad with her because she was born premature and she's just hit a year old, even though technically she's only like 9, 10 months old, which is crazy. So with super preemie babies especially, you have to be really careful. So we were really lucky that she didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that, but she was back and forth to the doctor's office quite a bit. So we had a little bit of a rough time with it, but we are back to offer you, yes, you viewer, this safe space to call in and chit chat with someone who is very far left leaning. Um, this is not a debate show. If you want to debate, that's fine. I'm here to talk about whatever you want to talk about in whatever way you want to talk about it. But for the most part, I'm here just to offer a place of discussion so that we could try to bridge some gaps between, where you may think we are versus where we actually are. So, yeah, here, just hoping to help this sort of safe space thrive. And we had a bit of a setback recently because I was actually banned from fucking True Social. Me. So, like, they never gave a reason. I don't know why. I did a little video about it if you're watching on YouTube or if you want to see it on YouTube. Or you go to sexwithsophie.com, of course, to watch it. And I tried to explain what I could. I have no details. I have an indefinite ban from True Social. So I guess one of the first things that Donald Trump wanted to do was actually secure his fucking echo chamber on True Social. But I mean, I'm still streaming to Gab and Kick and sorry, baby, and X, and I'd say some of the more right leaning places, Rumble, of course, locals. So, hi, if you're watching from there. It might be a little early in the day for you if you're in America, but I'm hoping that on your drive to work or if you have a nice little break and you want to chit chat, you will feel free to give me a call on the number on your screen. Uh, in the meantime, I just kind of hold this space for you and give my daily musings on things. So today I thought that maybe as it's our first day back after a long break because of illness. I thought we could talk about some isms and phobias in between doing like our little daily LinkedIn puzzles. Um, this segment actually came from um, the LinkedIn and Chill series we were doing, and this kind of uh, m- morphed into Call a Leftist, especially around election time when things got so contentious. I just don't think there's the differences between us that the right and Republicans and conservatives seem to want to think there are. So, yeah, I'll be talking about that a little bit today, but please feel free to interrupt me at any time. Leave a comment if you want me to read it out. Uh, Literally, this is your space. I'm here for you. And let's see, I'm gonna just make sure I'm not missing anybody. Sometimes my comments. Okay, hi. I see some folks are watching on Kips. Hi, James. Um, okay, not missing anybody. Just got a nice hello. Hello back. Yeah, so I'm just gonna knock out my little daily puzzle. The first ism, though, I kind of want to chit chat about is actually socialism and Marxism and liberalism. All these scary terms to the right, apparently. I just don't understand why you would be afraid of us, if that makes sense. I'm not necessarily a Democrat, but I'm very liberal leaning. I'm very much like, if we could give the means of production back to the worker. I'm all for that. I don't believe in oligarchies or billionaires running the world. Um, yeah, I think it's a beautiful and good thing to help each other and to um, pay into systems that go for the greater good. And I think the reason that I'm so comfortable in that lane of thinking is because we already fucking do it anyway. It's how we operate, especially in America anyway. Like people are like, I don't want universal health care. I don't want socialism. Bitch, you're paying into insurance anyway. That goes into a pot that then goes to the people who might need it. Um, you know how much we pay in tax dollars to the medical establishment? Like it's insane. It's insane. So why not actually let that money work for you? I don't understand what people are so against with that. Especially people who don't understand the difference between ACA and Obamacare. There's no difference. So you'll hear people who say all the time that they don't like Obamacare, but it's like, but they like, the Affordable Care Act. It's the same thing. So I hate that labels and this separation between our two factions, if you will, has led us to make stupid decisions, and to shoot our own selves in the foot. So when it comes to the first ism, I guess I'll talk about, it makes no sense to me why people would be like, oh, you're a socialist, like that's a bad thing, or you're Marxist. Like, yeah, okay, sure, I'll take it. But I definitely don't see those things as a negative. I'm for unions. I'm for increasing minimum wage. If you think differently, give me a buzz. Let me know where you stand on the matter. But that's where I'm at, and it's probably gonna get loud in a bit because my I have three dogs, and they suck. And my husband's gonna be home soon, so he'll probably set them off. But I'll try to mute if that happens. Um, I'm just knocking out my little daily LinkedIn puzzles in between chatting, and again holding this space for you. You are welcome to interrupt me at any time, especially if you're wanting to talk about some of the things that I believe that I've listed in my topics area. Material for a popsicle stick. Wood, I guess. Heat to a bubbling state. Boil. These are not that difficult usually. Soft material on outside of sheet. It's not soft. Shape of a mattress spring coil. Now I gotta put them in order. And then we have to unlock the top and bottom. So we have a container that a house pet may eat from. Be bowl. And a term for what a pet eats. Food. God. Bowl. What? Wait a minute. A container that a house pet. Yeah, bowl. I don't know why that seemed wrong to me, but it wasn't. Okay, so yay, we knocked out cross climb so hard. Psych. That's like the easiest one. Um, so yeah, we talked a little bit about uh socialism, liberalism, I guess. I do not understand the fear or the denigration of those things. Let's move on to the big guns. Let's talk a little bit about racism. I'll share my thoughts. Um, I think racism really just stems from white people's fear of being minorities or being replaced. And the reason there's a fear there, in my opinion, is because they see the way that they treat minorities and are so scared of that treatment being issued toward them that they are fighting tooth and nail to remain in the majority in America anyway. Now, as far as a global majority, white people are nothing. They're bottom of the list. Black people, Asian people, Indian people, they far outrank how many white people exist. So in America, they're lucky to hold that majority, I guess. But so it's kind of dumb if you think about it. White supremacy is so stupid because you're literally saying we want to basically keep this tiny ass gene pool that we're going to you know act like we didn't see what happened in Europe when they tried to use incest as a you know a method for establishing royalty, I suppose. And you know it's not a good thing. You're not going to have a good result. So I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. My husband is white and we have two beautiful mixed baby girls, and so yeah, one step at a time. I'm trying to eradicate the white race just so they can wake up one day and say, you know what, we're in the minority and things aren't that bad. You know what, like slavery ended and black people didn't rise up and kill all the white people. So what makes you think that a little civil rights is gonna uh make us turn on you guys now? Like nobody's as evil as you are, if that makes sense. So if you're a white supremacist, you're stupid. If you think that's not dumb, let me know why you don't think it's dumb, because it's dumb. But I'm willing to hear you out if you're a white supremacist and you want to stand on that and you have a reason for that beyond, again, your fear of just being treated how you've been treating minorities. Yeah, let me know. So in the meantime, I'm going to move on to Pinpoint because it's the third favorite game of my little daily puzzles. So goat, I guess, maybe hooves. These are not crazy. Scales. Scales, goat. I don't know. Scales, goat, constellations? Or like, yeah, we call them the symbols. Like I'm Libra, so I'm scales. What do you call those? Horoscopes? What's the name for it? I can't think of what it's called. That's zodiac signs. Zodiac signs. Okay. All right. So yeah, Pinpoint. Not that, not that hard. Feel free to give me a call. Interrupt at any time. I'm just shooting shit, killing some time. Giving you the space to call in and let's chit chat about anything you like. I have some topics up there, and I have some thoughts on things I'm just chit chatting about. So, again, my kind of theme for my discussion today is isms and phobias. So, we talked a little bit about socialism, Marxism, liberalism. We have talked a little bit about racism. And here goes the noise. So let me that for a second. Okay. Again, three dogs. So, hi, you here, Daddy? You here, Daddy? All right. So, we've talked a little bit about racism and white supremacy and how the white race is just not superior. So, I don't understand the desire to only stay within your gene pool. It's kind of weird. Um, Also, again, my only thinking then is that you don't want to be the minority because you don't want to be treated how you have treated other minorities. So let's move on to misogyny. Yeah, that's a fun word, isn't it? Misogyny. Misogynoir, especially, is kind of shitty because that happens to me all the time. That's when you hate black women, basically. But yeah, misogyny. Again, these are just my thoughts, my thinking. Feel free to interrupt me at any time. I'm just holding this space for you, dear friend. So my thoughts on misogyny are just that people who exhibit that, what it boils down to is that they don't believe that women deserve pleasure. I think it's that simple. I think that's um, why people are so anti-abortion. Um, but they'll often say, "Oh, but for rape, incest, things like that, it's fine." But otherwise, women can't just use this as birth control. Women should close their legs and this and that. It's like, oh, why? Because you know they're 50% of that equation, and yet you're putting the entire onus on their behavior. Bless you. Bless you. Okay. Yeah. So I think misogyny, especially with like the pro life movement, you don't need that. Gen- Genuinely just boils down to you don't want women to experience pleasure. You don't feel like we deserve pleasure. We can't just want to have sex or exist in a place where we uh, can use and treat our bodies how we want to. I think misogyny also comes from a place of, again, superiority and that hierarchy of gender, to where like anything feminine is deemed lesser than, you know. Hi. Hi. Yes. You're excited? You're awake? Yeah. You okay? Yeah. So I think that's a big part of why like Kamala Harris lost, because women, especially black women, have to fly where white men can just crawl. Um and so even though Kamala Harris was the pretty much perfect candidate, she was the freaking vice president for God's sake. Um yeah, that still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough. So I mean, if you disagree, I'd love to know why. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know why you voted for Trump. I'd love to know if you feel like that did not have a basis in misogyny, because I don't feel that way. But if you want to correct me, I'm here for it. Give me a call. Let me know what you think. Yeah, give us a call. Just say hi. I know. I totally agree. So, sorry, it's a crazy house today. We'll probably keep it short just because a lot going on. It's our first day back, so I wanted to just pop in. But you okay? Huh? She just woke up. She just slept for like 30 minutes. Yeah, let's knock out our tango puzzle while I hold this space for you, dear friend, if you want to call in. Um, just holding this space. That's all. Again, not to debate. Excuse me, not to debate. That's not really what I'm here to do. There you go. I'm just sharing my thoughts in case you disagree and you'd want to try to find some common ground between where I stand versus where you stand, or if you want to share why you feel the way you do. That is what this is. So, again, just holding this space. I'm Sophie, again, of sexwithsophie.com, where I teach people how to talk to each other about sex and sexuality. So that's why I feel like I'm a little bit charged and specifically capable of handling topics around like trans rights and women's rights and LGBTQ and all these kind of things that are so intertwined with sexuality, abortion, stuff like that. Babies, IVF. So even though I have a list of topics and I'm, have a kind of a focus that I'm speaking on today, you are welcome to chat about anything. Um, anything you want. That's what this is. Again, just killing some time. And my husband's home too, so we might cut it short today so I can see how his day went. We live in jolly old England, so he's like wrapping up his work day, whereas you're probably just starting yours if you're in America. Although we've had viewers from like Korea and Hong Kong, Singapore, Russia, Germany. So, feel free to call in from wherever you are. We talked a little bit already about some isms, racism, misogyny, things like that. I'll share my thoughts on homophobia. I genuinely think that men have a hard time with homophobia because they're scared they'll like it, if that makes sense. I think that um and I've heard it said too many times that, oh, if you let the kids watch drag queens, or if you let the kids get privy to the gay agenda, they're going to turn them gay. I think that the only people who actually are susceptible to turning gay are gay people. So, I never once have met a gay person who said that, oh, all the heterosexual, which is 99.9% of the media and content that's out there today, that the heterosexual content that they were, subjected to made them suddenly want to be straight. So why would people think that watching or consuming gay media or seeing gay people would make them gay? It makes no sense. Unless, again, you're already gay. But it's just that's so looked down upon and that's so ostracized because, again, it's one of those minorities. And you see how minorities are treated. And you don't want to be the minority because of that. It's kind of like when parents will say, oh, I'm going to be hard on my kid because the world is hard. It's like, no, you should be the safe space for your kid. It's the same way with gayness. Like, if you're so scared of coming out that you bully and make it harder for other gay people, it's like you're making it harder for yourself, because again, you might want to like look inside, look into your own heart, because if you're so afraid of gay people and the gay agenda, it might be that you're gay, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're the one who said there's something wrong with that. I think that's where a lot of toxic masculinity comes from, is that you're so scared of tapping into your feminine side because you don't want to be outed. You don't want to be pushed out of a closet that you are, you backed yourself into, basically. So if you're gay, just be gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm pansexual. I like everything. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Just my thoughts. If you think differently, you are most welcome to let me know. Call in, leave a comment. I'm checking. We see Mr. James. Hi, James Biker. Or just a kind hello. But if you have thoughts and you'd like to share them, you can call in, leave a comment, whatever you're comfortable with. And I'll read it out, or we can chit chat that way, or you can text the number on the screen. It's up to you. But let's do our final puzzle of the day, which is Queens. And just, again, hold the space for you. while you gather your thoughts if you would like to call into the show. If you are afraid, please know that I'm not a scary person. um, if anything, I'm like a spider. I'm more scared of you than you are of me. I guarantee it. Like this whole thing really makes me nervous. I don't share that a lot, but um, because I'm in such right wing spaces. Did you want to get him? You know. But yeah, as a black woman posting to Gab and locals and X, it's a kind of daunting thing. It is, yes. And so, thank you for everybody who's called in the past and has actually been quite kind. That's what I'm trying to promote here is just kindness, love, acceptance, conversation. So if that's what you're about, again, please give me a call. I'm here for it. If you want to just rant and rave and be angry, if you don't like something I've said, I'm here for that too. Again, it does scare me a little bit. I cannot lie, but I'm a grown ass woman. I can take it. That's what she said. Ow, ow day. You can't eat it. You can't eat the wires. You'll hurt yourself. No, baby, no. She's again just getting over a really bad flu. Can you say dada? Can you say dada? Dada. Can you say dada's name? Can you say it? I bet you thought I could sing because I'm a black woman. Not at all, no. Unfortunately. It's funny, like I've had that expectation of me. Especially because I actually used to be a singer. I was a singer called Mad P. More of a rapper than a singer, but in another life, that was what I did. Good times. Let's see. Let's wrap up this puzzle and boom, there we go. Now we're done with our little daily puzzles. So I might move on to, or I'm definitely going to move on to Balatro. Balatro. Because it's so fun. And again, just to kill some time holding this space for you, my friend. God, you smell terrible. I'm sorry, I'm going to be handing off a bomb to my husband. But yeah, so yeah, feel free to interrupt at any time. I'm literally just here chitty chatting with you. Hoping that you feel comfortable. You are welcome to call in. Hi. Oh, I got some new followers. That was very nice of you guys. Hello. If you're not comfortable with calling, you can text the number on your screen. You can also leave a comment from wherever you're watching from, and I'm happy to respond that way or read it out. Wherever you're watching from, it's all good. I am, yeah, I'm gonna talk about one more thing, and then we'll just play a little. She cried. I just changed her before she went to sleep, but I'm smelling some things.
Doing that with me. Just that'll do for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I love my baby. I love my husband. Oh my gosh. He's literally the best. Like I got lucky. I married up. I married way up. Um Yes. Let's see. Okay, so final thought. My final thought is on transphobia. So I think I've had a bit of a different take when it comes to some of these isms and stuff. And I think honestly, my thoughts on transphobia are also not echoed anywhere else that I've heard. Um, so if you disagree, please call in, let me know. I'd love your thoughts, I'd love your thinking. But I think what transphobia boils down to um, is that you're afraid of being tricked. I think that's it. I genuinely think you're so concerned that a woman who you might be attracted to, have an interest in, turns out to have phenotypic traits of a male. And that again, that sparks your homophobia and your toxic masculinity so hard that you would actually go against an entire group of people because you're scared, because of your worry that you might get tricked one day into actually admitting to yourself that you're gay or something. And that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But I cannot, for the life of me, think of any other reason why you would give a fuck what is in somebody's pants or what they would do, because it's not like we operate like that on a daily basis. I don't meet someone new and say, okay, show me your penis, show me your vagina, so I can confirm any. So all we really have to go on is this outward expression, our secondary sex characteristics like our facial hair, boobs, hips, things like that. That's all we have to go on to kind of place where we, you know, think somebody lands in the gender spectrum. Um, and it is a spectrum. It's a bimodal spectrum. People say, "Oh, if you're trying to be more like a guy or more like a girl, then of course there's only two. There's not only two genders." But yeah, anyway, I digress. I'm just saying, you're worried that you're going to get tricked. You're worried that you're going to be perceived as gay or that you're going to actually have to confront the fact that you might actually like dick and balls. And that's okay. There's literally nothing wrong with that. The only people who think there's something wrong with that are you. So that's my maybe unusual take on transphobia. But yeah, all this stuff with the boxers and oh, you're worried for women, and even like Nancy Mace, there's Nancy Grace, Nancy, whatever, Mace. Like, I don't think that she's genuinely concerned. I think she's literally a victim of toxic masculinity. I think she's catering and kowtowing to the men like Donald Trump in her orbit, who, you know, she's trad wifing it, if you will, that she's making this a concern of hers because she genuinely believes that it's a concern of theirs, of men's. Um, so yeah, leave these kids alone. Let these kids do and be who they're gonna be. Because here's the thing: if we play out, if we play out this fear that people are gonna consume transgender media or see trans people normalized, and there's gonna be all these so many more trans people. Okay, what if everybody was trans? That's actually a thing. There's this whole trans investigation thing where conspiracy theorists who believe this think that everybody was like celebrities, especially were born a different gender. And so what if they were? How does that change anything? We're not gonna like die away as a species. You can freeze sperm. You can have surrogates. You could do there's so many things you can do to continue our species. So that's not the fear. Again, I think the fear is that you're worried that you're going to like someone, be attracted to someone who you find out is not actually possessing the phenotypical traits, penis, vagina, that you would expect from them. And then that's going to say something more about you than it ever could of them. So if that's your thinking, I'd love for you to let me know if I'm wrong. Give me a call, leave a comment, let me know. But quite frankly, I've seen a lot of transphobic people. We're watching a lot of transphobia play out every day since Trump got elected. Um, and all it's doing is telling on you. All it's doing is telling on you. So yeah, I'm going to move on to Balatro because I love it. And I'm just going to set this up with a Google page. So if you want to chit chat about something and we need to look something up, we can do that. Um, but yeah, while I'm getting into my ninth ante here, feel free to call in and interrupt me at literally any time. This is your space. This is your time. I've shared some thoughts on, isms and phobias, and I think I have a bit of a different take than I've heard from other people. So if you agree, I'd love to know. If you disagree, I'd love to know. Got people hopping on my site. Thank you. Hi. Yeah, visit sexwithsophie.com. Feel free to register for a free membership. It's absolutely free. You'll be able to get updates and join our community features. And I'm going to start some, I'm thinking monthly at first, members only, like group chat sessions, like Zoom call sessions. So we'll probably be starting that soon, and that should be fun. So yeah. Um, Again, just interrupt at any time. I'm holding this space for you, dear friend. What I'm doing now is just playing this fun game that I really like called Balatro. And I've already beaten this round with the orange chip. It's like the second to last difficulty level for, and I'm only on the red deck. So I have to go through all the different decks. There's like 10 of them, and then do each level for each deck. So I'm still at the very start of this game. I've been playing it for a while because my sister-in-law, she's on a podcast called Harold's Horn. It's awesome. It's about like Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering, and mainly Magic the Gathering, but they do talk about some other card games and stuff like that. Um, but she's just wonderful, and she mentioned this game Balatro, and that was the biggest mistake of my life because now I'm like super addicted. It's so good. I don't know where my phone is. Okay. My husband's sending me pictures of the baby. So cute. All right. So let's see. Again, call in. Feel free to chat. Leave a comment. This is your space and your time. I am here to simply be a conversation person to bounce things off of. If you have thoughts, if you have feelings that you want to share, I'm here for it. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to hang on. I'm probably gonna lose, but I'm trying to hang on because I have some really fucking great cards. Like I don't usually get these great of cards. Like I have a lot of multis, and that's awesome. So every time I skip a blind, I get another 0.25. So I'm like times 5, which times is my multipliers, which is crazy. Also, I have this card which takes away all boss blinds, so I just have to worry about trying to get to about 1,000,000 coins. It's amazing. Never played poker in my life. but this is based on like poker hands, and it's so fun. It's so fun. So I have to try to get like straights because that's where I have the most chips and multipliers and stuff. So anyway, this is what I'm doing right now. What are you up to? Are you getting ready for work? Are you starting your day? That'd be nice. Let's see. 10:09. Um, I overthink things. I know this. Thing is, I have a card that gives me +4 multipliers for evens, so I don't like getting rid of them. But sometimes you have to get rid of a bunch of shit just to open yourself up to more possibilities. Isn't that a great metaphor for life? Oh my God. Sometimes you just gotta let some things go so you can open up the door for more possibilities. It's my words of wisdom for you today. Alrighty. Let's see. If you're a poker player and you're like, oh, this hand would be great if you just did this, please let me know because I'm, again, pretty new to this game. But you're also welcome to interrupt me at literally any time. This is your space, your time. I've already shared my thoughts on racism, misogyny, transphobia, homophobia. So, um, if you miss those, I'll probably clip those things out. But for the most part, again, this is your time and your space to call me if you want to chat with somebody who maybe thinks a little differently than you do. There are only friends here. Let's see. Poker only with her consent. I love you. Oh, oh, nice. Ed Rio Fur. Just got a blood test done today. Tomorrow I discuss the results with my endocrinologist. Yo, I'm going literally in an hour to get a blood test. I had a blood test uh last week and it came back because I'd been so sick. My doctor recommended it. And it came back that I was mildly anemic. So I have to go back to get a follow-up. Hey Sophie. That's right. Hi. How are you? How are you feeling though? Like why did you need a blood test? Are you good? Let's see. You're tired today? Oh, darn. Yeah. Okay. I'd love for you to share more on that if you like. If you certainly aren't, you don't have to, but um why do you need your blood tested for hormone levels? And you got to remind me where you're from again. I know it was an Asian country. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, from Hong Kong. Hi. Oh, are you MTF like male to female or female to male? That's amazing. How's everything going? And what's that like being trans in Hong Kong? Like, wow. And also, like, is are you on? I'm on Red Note now and Weibo. Sorry, I don't know if those are big in Hong Kong. You should call it. You should call me if you can, or maybe I don't know if I can talk to you um through like Red Note or something like that. That might be neat. Yeah, I was worried about that. I was worried about that. Um, I don't know. I'm going to I'm going to put my email. Everybody's going to see it, but I'm going to put my email in the chat. I'd love for you to email me. Isn't it it's Douyin in China, but again, I don't know if that's also kind of frowned upon from Hong Kong. But email me, email me. I want to talk to you so bad. Oh my God. Like we got to figure out a Zoom or something. Um if anything, like I want you on my show. I want you on my show. I wanted to talk to you anyway because I was curious about your life in Hong Kong, but now my interest is so piqued because I didn't realize you were trans as well. Like that's so amazing. Plus you're a fellow Sophie. Like we got to stick together, man. But oh no. My friend I just interviewed. Oh, understood. Oh, understood. Oh, yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Well, listen, you need to email me, man, because and I'm saying man generally, that's what I call everybody, sorry. But email me because I would love, love, love to chat with you about it. Um, even offline, just so I have a better understanding of your world. Like I'm so interested. And I'd love to know more about the legal issues and things that happen. And I need to watch that. I do that all the time. I'll say like, "Yo, man, dude." Like I call my 5-year-old daughter dude. Like I need to chill with this and bro. That's so disrespectful. I'm so sorry, Sophie. Um, I'll watch that from now on. But but yeah. Oh God, no, it's not. Especially with these like executive orders that Trump has just signed. Um, he literally signed one that says that the definitions of male and female are now this, and they don't make any sense. It's like from conception, you have a small cell, you're a male, but I think they meant chromosome. But then I don't think that they meant conception because everybody's a female at conception until like 6 weeks old. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing here. It's crazy. And I'm saying here, but in America. Like I live in the UK, but um so I'm like watching from afar, watching in fear for my family. It is crazy. So yeah, you're doing okay. But so I'd love to chat with you. I let me share my podcast information. I just released my latest podcast, Turf Island. It is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But again, if we can share your story in a way that's respectful of your privacy, like blurring your image or modifying your voice or something, I'd be very, very, very honored to share your story. But even if you just want to talk to me, like I love to chat with you. I'm so interested in what your life is like. Like it sounds amazing. And you like the types of puzzles and games I like, so you're cool as hell on strength. Yeah, thankfully. Turf Island. Yeah. I don't know what's up with JK Rowling. She disappeared for a while. And I think that's because uh Lin Yuting and Amani Khalif sued her. I'm really not sure. I haven't followed up with that, but yeah, she ran her mouth way too much and she's back doing it again. Doing it again. It's insane. That's wild. But yeah, I just had an interview with my friend who lives in Dalian, and he was kind of telling me a little bit about China and like mainland China and what it's like to live there and like what the differences are between like Red Note versus how you might operate with social media in America. So it was just a great interview. If anybody's wanting to check that out, that's on my YouTube page. Um, I have officially become a TikTok refugee. I'm still on TikTok, but I don't have enough followers there to stream live. So it's probably one of my smaller accounts. Um, so if you want to follow me on TikTok, please do. It's I'll pop it up. Sex with Sophie with a SX. Um, that's my TikTok. But yeah, otherwise I stream pretty much everywhere else. But yeah, I just interviewed on the podcast of my friend who's a drag queen, and he's he's such an oddity to me because he wears pink. He's a drag queen. He gets his nails done every week. He is absolutely in touch with his feminine side. He's a gay man who's been married for like 12 years to his husband. And he's the manliest man I know. He's the most manly man I've ever met. And it's funny because people are like, "Oh, you should why don't you say you're non-binary?" And he's like, "No, I'm a dude. I'm a man. I just like pink and crinoline and dressing like a woman. Like I'm a man though." Like so I think it's so crazy like how some people want to put gender on everybody all the time. So I cannot imagine what that's like for trans people. So again, so curious to know what that's like for you, Sophie. I do have trans friends in America, and I have a couple that I'm slated to interview for the podcast. But I just think having someone from Hong Kong share their experience would just be so amazing as well. Um, to show that diversity of our world and what different cultures and places think of, I guess atypical sexual lifestyles, if you will, or genders, or um, yeah, I don't know. So it'd be very neat. Anybody watching too can also just go to sexwithsophie.com if you're looking for more information on the podcast, on my interview with my friend who lives in China, uh, or anything really, for seeing when we go live with Call a Leftist. I think I'm going to actually rename this to Call a Liberal. And that's because of you, Sophie, because you were like, "What's a leftist?" I think it's a little bit more clear to say liberal, perhaps. Um, I was thinking very American centric. Sorry. Anywho, let me see if I can make a decision here. I like getting like three of a kinds if I can, but my runs are straights are so high and flushes are so high. So I could probably get a good, flush pretty easily. Mm, 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 mm. But I'd only need a jack to get a straight. Oh my God. So what do I want to do? Plus I have some multi-cards. I think I'm going to get rid of you. And just see what happens. Okay, that's not too bad. I got 2 10s, 2 9s. So I think I have my flush. So let's do the flush. And we can actually hold that 10. So that's great. And I have a 6 and a 4 to get the evens here. Um, let's just see what happens. I really need to be getting some 3 of cards. Let's see. I'm not even fucking close. I'm definitely gonna lose this ante. Not even close. Ugh, okay, let's see. We're gonna have to get rid of. I think all of this. If I can get another 10. Oh, actually, I have a thing I can get. Ooh. Hmm. 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 So I can get a full house. Because I can do 3 10s and 2 7s. That might be good. Um. So 10. What else do I want to bring up? That's already a J, so that doesn't matter. Let's do one more discard, baby. Maybe. Let's see. So 7 7 7. J. I'm gonna give up on any straights. Although I could do a straight with the throw the. I could do a straight here. But then I'd lose my. Even if I did a straight, KQJ10, KQJ10 9. So I just need to get rid of this 5. God, I hate to do that. It's such a waste to discard one card. Okay, but if I get rid of this, if I get rid of all this, then I'm left with 2 kings and a jack and a 5. So that's not really helping anything. Because that only does, yeah, I just have to get rid of this 5. Terrible. I don't know what that's gonna be. Mm, mm. Mm. Okay. Oh, balls. Okay, so I can actually run this up, and then I have two sets of three. So that's what I'm gonna do. So now I have two sets of three. I could run this one first. Hopefully I get another set of two so I can do another full house, except that's so terrible. I don't have a really good start with any of these. Flush, straight. God damn it. Let's see. Because I could do a flush. Maybe I should just do the flush. Maybe I should do the flush. Fucking hell. Then I'd only have one multiplier with my even, but I'd have my plus 10. Flush or full house? God. This actually I could have done the other one up. No, I couldn't have, so okay. At least we'll have two tens, and then I have another potential two tens to get another three. All right, I think I think this is the move. We'll see what happens. See what happens. Okay. I'm not gonna get it this time. But at least I won this roll or whatever you call it. Yeah, it's not even fucking close. Not even close. Not even close. Let's see. I do have another discard. Okay, get another 10. Let's give that a shot. Because it's not going to matter. I'm not going to... there's no way I'm going to be able to get this ante, which sucks. Because I have such perfect jokers. Okay, I got three. Okay, so this way I get this times 3 for the 3, so that's not bad. We'll go out. We'll go out swinging. Okay, we're gonna go out with some pizzazz here. Do I have another ace? I have 3 aces I could potentially get. So in that case, let me run my kings maybe, and then I can get rid of these. Okay, and then I get this times 3, so maybe that'll help a little bit. I don't know. It's just such a tiny little start. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. See what happens. Times 3. Not even fucking close. What a great hand, too. Like, you would think. No more discards, so I have to do that. Except I want to get these for the multiplier. Maybe my lucky will get lucky. I never do, but let's see what we can do. It's not even my last hand. There's still no way. There's no way. In that case, because it doesn't give me a big advantage, it only gives me 3 plus. QJ, QJ, 8. It's not likely that I'm going to get 2 more. So since I have 2 more hands, I'm going to wait on this 3. so I can at least have 2 times 3s. Okay, let's see what we can see. I'm gonna run these first. Let's get rid of these. Then if I get another 8, I can at least get some +4s, which are the same as this multi. You can interrupt me at any time, seriously, if you want to call in. I'm just bullshitting here. I'm about to lose my game. Come on, +20. Okay, I got $20, but it's not gonna help me at all. Oh god. Not even close. Not even close. +4. Not even close. But that gives me 4 +4s here. That's not bad. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna go out with a +4. That's it for this one. There's no way I'm gonna get 500,000 chips. So this was a fun round though. ×3. Darn. All right. This Joker was amazing. Amazing. Got a new deck. All ranks and suits in deck are randomized. Oh, that sounds cool. So yeah, I'm almost to the tops here, so I can do gold stake, in which shops can have rental jokers. Interesting. Okay. But I'm gonna head out. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Sophie, I missed you. No, somebody was saying, I thought that was you, Sophie. When I first kind of started, you, I guess maybe I am getting it confused. I'm sorry, but somebody was saying that they didn't quite understand what leftist. No, it was a caller from Germany. So I'm sorry. Totally different place. But yeah, they just didn't under. As soon as I was like, oh, it's kind of like what you would think of like a Democrat or a socialist kind of person or liberal person. It clicked for them. But yeah, leftist is maybe not as universally known as like liberal. I don't know. What do you think? Like just debating on changing the name of the show. Uh, would love your thoughts. But it's 3 p.m. my way. So that means I am off to get my 5-year-old. And this has been great though. It's been real. It's been good. It's been real good. So I'll try to be back tomorrow now that everybody's feeling a lot better. So it's okay. It's okay. So if you go to sexwithsophie.com though, or just withsophie.co if you don't want to have the sexy times in your URL, and sign up for a free membership, please, because I would love to keep chatting with you offline. Anybody else who's interested in doing so as well, please do. I'm really trying to grow my membership because with all this craziness around algorithms and social media platforms, I actually like Sex with Sophie is a social media platform in itself. So I'd love to build that up as something where people can go to talk about things that might get censored on other places. So yeah, check it out and have a good day. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll try to be back tomorrow. But it's good to see you again, Sophie. And thanks everybody who's tuned in and chatted and looking at you, James and Eddie. Not Eddie, sorry. James and I missed the other one. It's gone. Okay. But the other person. You know who you are. All right. Thanks again. See you tomorrow.